Hello everybody, this is GamePro24X, back again with another weekly Metal Gear Survive update video. So there's quite a lot of things to talk about in this update, and I'm actually pretty surprised of some of the changes that Konami has done for this. So let's get right into it. So let's go over some cliff notes of this patch. So in the Salvage mission, we actually now have the Stun Blade and the Stun Glaive. Finally, we actually have an alternative epic shock weapon. So I'm glad that they finally added that. It's basically the same. The perk rolls are the same because I watched Keegan get it last night, and it has the same perk rolls as its brethren. So it seems that Battle Cry and War Cry were not working properly for teammates, so it looks like they finally adjusted that. So that's great. It also looks like they adjusted the recipe needed to create enhancement kits. Now, from what someone has speculated to me, it seems that now whenever you create a enhancement kit, the item materials required now actually match what you actually need to level up that weapon. So let's say you're leveling up a hammer and it takes tungsten alloy. Well, I believe before this patch rolled around, the actual enhancement kit never took tungsten alloy and it took other stuff. So it was pretty confusing, so now it's a lot better. On top of that, it looks like they also reduced a lot of the crafting requirements for it. But I will have to do some more extensive research because I do have old footage of looking it over, so I'll have to definitely compare and contrast and let you guys know if it really is an improvement. So it also looks like they made some adjustments in Quick Match, so now if you continue under Quick Match, you'll actually stay with the team that you're currently playing with, which is really nice. There have been some times I've actually had a few good teammates, and it was a shame that whenever I hit continue, it would disband the entire team, so now they changed that. It also looks like they also increased the field manual limit. So the manual limit before was 80, now it's 100, so enjoy that. Now we're also able to dismantle weapons at once, so we can now multi-dismantle, if that's really a thing. We can now do that. So it's extremely simple. All you do is just go under dismantle, and when you go to your junk or whatever you want to get rid of, there's now little checkboxes there, and you press square to highlight them, and you just press X to dismantle them. The only one issue that I have with it is that what you select, the second you switch to another tab, it erases all of that. So Konami, if you could just make that small little adjustment, this will be fine. This will be a 100% functional. But yeah, until then, just be sure before you tab over, get rid of all the stuff that you highlight. So this is really good because there's lots of times I would just collect a lot of legendary gear that I don't need. So it's great that we can just select them all and then get rid of them all at the same exact time. Another little thing that you should probably watch out for is if you select X on an item that's not selected, it'll select it and it'll begin the dismantle process as you just saw right now. So be sure you select the purple items that you're getting rid of, so that way you don't accidentally get rid of stuff you didn't mean to. They added a new accessory, which is the Pyramid Head from the Silent Hill franchise, and it's available for the event. So I'll kind of quickly touch on the event, but I will make a separate video detailing it, but let's continue forward. Here is another version of the patch notes that are available. So it's basically just another cliff notes section, just giving you a basic idea of what there is. But on here, it actually tells you that there's a special login bonus, which I will discuss in a little bit. So some pretty big changes to the overall mechanics and how Salvage works. So now if you reach D rank, the counter will automatically go down, just like as if you hit the S rank before. So now it just times down and the wave is over. And on the next wave, you need to get to B rank and the wave times down and wave is over, and then on the final one you just need to get to S rank and then it times down. If you're on extreme, after the S rank you also get your final wave as well. They also changed up how the speed up the digging mechanic works as well. So now when you go and select the speed up the drill option, there's actually 4 individual levels of the speed up, and the price will change depending on what wave you're on. So on the first wave, it's like 10,000 per speed up, and on the second wave, it's like 15,000 per speed up, so on and so forth. But I think 1500 is like the cap. However, due to the fact that you have to speed it up 4 times, you just take that number and you times that by 4. So it is quite a chunk of Kuban that you now have to spend in order to speed up. At this moment in time, I do not know if the new speed up mechanic is technically faster than the old method. I'll have to look at a lot of old footage and really just take a look at that and maybe talk to a few people here and there. But for now, we don't know. Also, one really shitty thing about the new speed up thing is you invest so much Kuban into speeding it up to like 4 times, and if that drill gets hit at all of those speed ups are gone. I think that's kind of unfair. I think you should probably lose 1 speed up every time it gets damaged, not the entire thing, because that is a lot of Kuban you're dumping into the drill every single time. And if you know it's gonna get damaged, well, it's gonna make you a lot less likely to actually want to speed it up more than it currently is. And what makes matters worse, the fucking Zoth gunners can actually shoot the drill from all the way across the map due to like the very nature of them just shooting a gun. And if they happen to hit the tip of the fucking drill, that's it. You just lost a speed up. And that has happened before in many of my streams where, especially on the airport, we would have Zoth gunners on the ground floor and they would shoot and they would actually hit the drill on the fucking roof. So if that bullshit is still happening, but this time we actually have to spend more on to speeding up the drill, well, that's just a little shitty. So Konami, I hope you do adjust that, and I hope you do fix that maybe next update, because that is pretty broken. Now, I know what you may be thinking, well, shit, if we're going to have to dump practically 60k Kuban just to speed it up 4 times, well, how are we going to afford all of the tactical support? Well, worry not, Konami has planned ahead, and they actually they severely reduce the price point for everything on the tactical supports. So everything that's listed here is 15,000 Kuban and lower. So you can summon Ray with just 15,000 Kuban, whereas before you needed 100k. So that's a really big nerf. Now, it's not listed here, but I also want to mention that now there's actually more Iris side-ups that spawn around the map, and at a very fast rate as well. And on top of that, they also changed the amount required, or the amount you get. So it starts at 3,000, then at 6,000, and then 9,000. So those are the Iris side-ups that you will be encountering from now on. It says here that they modified the decay rate when the wormhole digger is destroyed and the support digger is destroyed. So basically, before, if you had your support digger die, you would be bumped all the way down to a C rank, and basically everyone just needs to withdraw at that point because you're not going to make it out with an A rank or anything like that. I don't know what the new amount is now, so we'll just have to see. But yeah, they did change that. And last but not least, it looks like they actually increased the amount of melee damage you do to bosses. So I've yet to actually go test this out myself, but from what I've heard, you can definitely whoop Big Mouth's ass with the hammer pretty damn quickly. So that's pretty nice. So I can't wait to actually try that out myself. However, Frostbite is still a pain in the dick to fight with melee because you can't get near the guy without getting passive damage, and it's just a load of shit. So Konami, please fix. Alright, now for the really interesting shit that I didn't think Konami would actually be able to pull off. So I'm just going to lightly touch on the researcher story. The only reason why I'm talking about it for this patch note is because they actually are doing something a lot different compared to the other ones. So this is the researcher story special edition, and if you guys don't remember, the researcher story is basically the base dig event. There's nothing more to it. But if you actually read the description here, especially down here in the purple one, it says, I'm having really weird dreams lately. I'm wrapped in darkness, chased by horrible monsters, but there are no wanderers. I've been stuck here for too long. I'm probably starting to lose it. So for the next 2 weeks for this event, there's actually a special event going on. That's not related to the base digs, but it's something that you can play for yourself. And it has a special condition called Infestation. And if you actually play that, it's on the wrecked base. But now we actually have a shit ton of crawlers. And the cherry on top, there's only special enemies like the armors, gunners, and the devastators. But they all are wearing the pyramid head. Yep, they are wearing the pyramid head mask. And that is their actual helmet. So you can knock it off and then you can hit their weak point. But I thought that was really fucking cool. I honestly did not expect Konami to actually go through with this. I remember discussing this last stream, that, oh, it would be cool if Konami made a salvage mission where the Devastator would have it, because the Devastator would fit the description the best. And yes, he does have it as well. So major props to Konami or whoever is in charge with the event. This is an actual pretty cool ass event. Compared to the other themed events, this one like really was a pretty good themed event. And if you go check out the rewards for the event, there's the Pyramid Head right there for just 3,000 battle points. And yes, there's actual jiggly bits on it, and it's kind of disturbing. Now, as you guys saw earlier, you can actually purchase these ginger cookies for the event for about 100 a pop, so a total of 1,000 because you only get 10. And if you log in today, you actually get this as a login bonus, and I think we might probably get one every day or something like that. So that's pretty cool, to be honest. This is actually the first rare piece of food that we actually have in the game. We don't have any blue food. We only have green and gray. And if you're curious what it does, it gives you 1,500 food, 0 thirst, but it also gives you sprinting speed up. So that's pretty nice. But I think I'm going to hold on to them because that's pretty cool. Maybe we might get a recipe to make them and like bake them ourselves. But at this moment in time, this looks like the only way to obtain them, and they seem to be pretty limited. Oh, and one last little thing to leave off with this special themed event. Go back to base camp and check this out.
Trick or treat. While I have no sense of taste, I wouldn't say no to a big bag of candy.
Yup, that's right. Virgil greets you by saying trick or treat, which is really cool because they haven't done anything like this at all. Throughout this entire time I've been playing Survive, they haven't went this far above and beyond as they did for this event. And it may not look like a whole lot, but trust me, they did put in a lot of work and effort into this. So overall, I'm pretty happy, and I'm going to be enjoying this event. Oh, and just so you guys know, you do not earn BP by playing the salvage, special salvage mission. You don't earn BP. You do that through basics. But I will have a separate video discussing the researcher story, and as a bonus, I'll also show you guys the strats that people are using to beat the event, because it's a lot different, so you're going to need to use different tactics for this. But like I mentioned, I'm actually pretty shocked. I'm pretty surprised of what Konami has done. And considering how much shit people give Konami, I can tell you this for sure, out of the entirety of me playing Metal Gear Solid 5, they've never done a Halloween-themed event. So that's got to say something. So at the very least, at least Konami is still supporting both games, and they are adding stuff. And they didn't just abandon it. If this game was a true cash grab, then they would have just released it, barely put out any patches, no events, nothing. That would have been a true cash grab. But so far, it looks like they do have a dedicated team that is giving the small player base as it is some stuff to actually play with. It does feel like a drip feed at times, but you can definitely tell they are trying, and this one was a definite shocker. So I'm going to definitely tweet this out to Konami and thank them, because I truly did not expect this. I truly did not expect them to actually go the extra mile and set up a Silent Hill themed event for us, especially for the researcher story. But I think my next question would be, if they're going to do this for Halloween, are they going to do something for Thanksgiving or even Christmas? Oh, that'd be pretty cool if during the Christmas season, all of the boxes that you find for the side ops all around the map and whatnot, they all have like really big like gift bows on them, or they pretty much look like big old presents. That'd be pretty cool. They can definitely pull that off if they really could. And just some other goodies in general. So that's going to be about it for this video. It was quite a lot to talk about, a lot of big changes, and some things I do need to actually like do a little bit more research, but I still wanted to put this video out because I wanted to get the word out and say, hey, they actually are doing a pretty cool event. You guys should come in and check it out for a bit, especially those of you who haven't been playing the game for a while. You do need to beat the game in order to participate in the actual base dig event, but so long as you have wrecked base unlocked, you can go, and so long as you're level 69, you can only, that game mode is only available on extreme. All the other ones are not the same. Or actually, I could be wrong, because infestation only increases their attack and defense, so I could be completely wrong. So yeah. I will be streaming this game and this event later on tonight, so I hope to see more of you guys there. I hope to see any of the other big players that are in the subreddit also join as well, and just have some really interesting conversations. So if you like what I do, definitely consider becoming a patron. If you want to find out what I'm doing, especially for Halloween, because I do have some plans with my community, definitely consider joining my Discord. Hopefully this video will render quick enough, that way I have some time for the rest of the night to actually stream, survive, and just have some fun with you guys. So that about does it. This is GamePro24X, and seriously, thank you, Konami. Like, this was pretty cool. Like, this was really interesting. So, big props to you guys, and I hope you guys continue doing more stuff like this. Anyway, this is GamePro24X, and I'll see you guys next time.
Mission complete, and how? They're gonna tell stories about this one, boss.